story starts with a dream. Just a quiet morning, a fresh cup of coffee, and a brand new porch to sip it on.
The goal was simple. Add a little deck space, hang some string lights, and live their best cozy life fantasy.
But somewhere in between Pinterest board and permanent proof, things went sideways.
That first cup of coffee may have taken a little extra wait time and deep breaths to enjoy.
So today we're talking about how to keep your porch dreams from turning into porch problems and why just adding a deck is never just adding a deck.
So grab your mug, friends, because learning the hard way is overrated. Well, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Chicks in Construction. I am your host, Mikki Paradise, and this is my amazing co-host.
Hi, I'm Jessica Abreu.
And today we're going to hit you with a delightful homeowner horror story that someone so heartwarmingly went to our website, chicksinconstruction.com, and left their homeowner horror story in the little panel down below. You just do a little scroll and there it is. So please, if you want to be on the show, share our drama, share your drama, share the tea. That's what we're here for. Really, we're just a gossip channel, a construction gossip channel. Let's just be honest. That's what we're here for. We're just here for the tea.
The tea, the tiny violence, the special trash.
All of the shenanigans. If it's shenanigans once, it's shenanigans again. And that's what I'm here for.
We love it.
Yeah. So we're just living our best lives. It's the new year. It's the new year when this is going to be out. I'm not going to tell you when we're filming it, but it's going to be the new year when you're watching this. So happy new year. I hope your New Year's resolutions are thriving.
You haven't given up on them yet?
Yeah, I don't make them because it's just like, what a way to disappoint yourself.
Mm-hmm. No, I stopped making resolutions a while ago. Yeah. I make goals for the year, and then every year I love Canva.
Oh yeah, Canva is your jam.
Is 100%. My jam. And so I put my vision board.
Ooh.
I make a digital one, and I fit it to be the screen size of my phone.
Smart.
So every time I hit the button,
you get
what
to
comes
see.
Up is my.
Oh, you literally have this year's one right there.
Is my vision
board. Look
board.
at that. That's very smart. You should probably teach me how to do that. I should probably do that so I can see, all
the time. And then I put it on my computer screen too.
I feel like my goals are probably a little different from yours though. Like one year, my goal was just to stop flicking people off. Yeah.
Our goals might be a little different.
They're a little different. Mm-hmm. Like mine are more behavioral. Like, don't get arrested, Mikki. That's the goal.
I mean, you've succeeded with that multiple years now.
I'm thriving in that department. I'm just not getting arrested all over town. Not so much because I've changed my behavior. I'm just not getting caught. And I'm kidding.
You gotta add, don't get sued.
I'm not. Yeah, for real. We need to add, don't get sued. It's more like don't mess around with stupid people so you don't get sued. I should add that to my list. Yeah. So one year I was don't flick people off. And I learned about the power, the raw power of the thumbs down. And I learned because a group of teenage boys thumbs downed me. And it was shaming. Listen, I have been flicked off by all walks of life. 80-year-old women, 200-year-old men, teenagers, middle-lifers, all of them. Every category of human
matter. They've
all at one point flicked me off. And I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't have the effect I think people want it to have because I know that I'm an asshole. I do. I'll do a stupid thing and I expect to get flicked off.
I don't care if I'm bothering you.
It's not even that I don't care. It's like I don't realize. I'm like, oh, I did the thing I deserve to be flicked off.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I got flicked off by this 80-year-old woman. I don't know how long ago it was. It was some time ago, but it is burned right into the retina of how it happened and the shenanigans that were taking place. And she had every right to flick me off. Let's just be honest. I was like, yeah, you're right. That was fair. So I think when people flick me off, they think that it's going to have a different impact, but it doesn't make me mad or shame me. I'm just like, yeah, that's fair. I deserved that. But being thumbsed down by teenage boys, the worst drivers on the road, the highest insurance premiums of any human being that has a vehicle, teenage boys, and they're going to thumbs down
you?
Me?
Oh my gosh.
Me?
Nope.
Shaming. So I was in this group for like a business development group, and I shared with them the power of the thumbs down. And I was just like, hey guys, flipping people off is old news. The thumbs down is the new thing. And it was so funny because the next time we had that meeting, they came back and they were like, oh my God, the power of thumbs downing people. It is so delightful just to shame people on the streets. And I'm like, you're welcome.
All right. So no more. So instead of flicking people off now, you thumbs down them.
This is so much more powerful. My God, today. So I did successfully.
Okay.
I do sometimes flick people off, not in the road, but like, okay,
behind their backs. I do it behind
to their face, but like this. I went to an event. And there's a woman that I don't like very much at all. Not a fan. And she was winning an award, and I was sponsoring the event, so I had to be there. And as she was winning the award, I was like, under the table. It was under the table. So I do still sometimes partake in a little petty Louia moment of a hidden bird. I have one in the hand and in the bush. I don't know what that term is. Like, have you ever heard that? A bird in the hand is worth a two in the bush. I've got birds everywhere. I've got birds everywhere.
Got a lot of birds.
So I don't really do it in the car anymore because I've just found that the thumbs down is so much more effective.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to start. Thumbs down people.
I will say, when you start thumbs downing, people will thumbs down you. So just prepare. It's a two-way street. You shame others, others shame you.
They'll be like, no, you're thumbs down.
They're like, you thumbs down me, I thumbs down you. And I'm like, look at how much progress we've made as a species. We're just trying to shame each other now. I love this for us.
What if can we do a sarcastic thumbs up? Like, psh.
I mean, I feel like you could.
But they won't understand.
But will they understand that you're really just like, no, you're the worst? I don't know. You could try it and then report your findings. Okay, so like the sarcastic thumbs down would be to be like that. You start out good and you're like, no, actually, you're the worst.
I love it.
So if you can work that into your driving experience, guys, just a little tip from the chicks in construction. Nobody's doing the bird anymore unless you're secretly doing it under the table. We're doing the thumbs down in the car. That's the move. That's the 2026 move. It's a thumbs down.
I like it.
Yeah, put that on your vision board. Jess is like, I'm not going to do that because I'm not a child like you, Mikki. And that is fair. Jess has kids. She has to be a grown up. I don't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my kids did the whole like saying that 6, 7. And I said to them, they said it once. And
Please
I said,
tell me you're like, absolutely not.
We are not going to talk like that.
No.
And they're like, what do you mean? It's just 6, 7.
No,
I was like,
not.
do you
Absolutely
think
not.
that you
No.
sound smart?
No, you don't.
And they're like, what? I was
They're
like,
Mom.
you are a very intelligent person. I am a very intelligent person.
Both your girls, brilliant little humans.
Do you see mom going around going 6, 7?
No.
And they're like, ah. I was like, yeah, because I sound like an idiot.
Yeah, I will say, so my niece is 22 and she is very aware of the fact that I am old, and I appreciate that about her. But so we went to a conference where I gave the keynote, and we were having dinner the night before, and it was like a group of women that were kind of sponsoring the keynote, and she had fried chicken. And I was just like, was it good? I can't eat fried chicken because it's not gluten-free.
Right.
The nerve. And I was just, but like when somebody is able to enjoy a delicious culinary masterpiece that I am not allowed to have because gluten exists in everything, I will be like, tell me everything.
Yes.
I'm like, give me the flavor profile. Yeah, like give me the texture. Like tell me the experience. And she, like, mind you, her plate is clean. Like I know she didn't lick it, but it could have been licked. I think she used a biscuit. She's like, she fully cleaned this plate. And I go, how was it? And she goes, it was mid. And I think this is young people sarcasm for it was very good, but the words we're using are different than saying very good.
I thought it meant like, it was okay.
Well, I think that's what, like, you know how like when we say like, oh, it was so bad, you know, because we're like joking with the poor waiter that has heard this joke 70
Oh my God. When I was a waiter, I hated it.
And you're just like, oh, they tell like, oh, roll me out on a, you know, just
Or when
Why?
their plate is empty, they're like, "Oh, I didn't like it."
Listen, do you know how many times Hector and me do that all the time? We're those people. It's terrible. Did I wait tables for like a solid 6 years? I sure did. But here we are.
Still saying it.
Here we are, just like being the problem, 100%. So like she says that, and everybody at the table is like, "Huh?" And so she had to like
explain it.
Explain to all of us. And I was like, oh, she's like defending her dissertation right now because we have like so many questions. We're like, wait, so like when you use it like this, and I could just see that she was like, why did I say it?
Why couldn't I just say it was delicious?
It was great. Thanks, Mikki.
She will from now on.
Oh yeah. She's never going to say it was mid again, not in my presence, unless it's so that she can start a conversation that she can then make fun of me for later, which I respect.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
it's
like,
fine.
listen, I don't know the words that the young bloods are using. I'm just out here saying shenanigans all the time and doing shenanigans and just like being a shenanigan. So,
I mean, speaking of shenanigans, we got.
oh yeah, we have a homeowner horror story.
We have a homeowner horror story, so I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read it from
Jess is
here,
gonna read it
and I'm going to make this bigger so that I don't have to do
because
like,
we're old.
And also, I upped my contact prescription.
Okay.
And I could see close, but now because my far sight is so bad that now I have to. I'm like,
the joy of your vision declining because you're old.
at least I'm not poor. Right? For that guy.
Because you're poor. Listen, if you don't, what is his name?
I can't even.
All right, there's this guy on the socials, and he does this whole "I'm rich, you're poor" thing. It is freaking hilarious.
I think he has a book.
I think he does.
He has a book.
Because you're poor, and everything is. Oh, you don't have special fancy ice makers and your special fancy ice machine freezer. It's because you're poor.
I'm like, yes, I know I'm poor. That's why I don't have a champagne fridge in my closet.
Facts. But we're working on it. If you would like and subscribe, then we
could
can
get there a little
rich.
faster.
It's Shabazz Says.
His name is Shabazz Says, and he's on all the socials, and he does like a variety of different things. He does the "I'm Rich, You're Poor" series. That's where Fridgescaping, like he really made it pop. He does fashion reviews.
Oh my God, they're hysterical because people wear the most ridiculous things.
They do, and he has this. I had to look in the comments to find out what lancho means. Have you heard him say this? He'll be like lancho, and I think it's like a mixture of like British, and he is from Indian. He's Indian descent, even though he has a very thick British accent. But it apparently his grandmother said it meaning take it off. So lancho was like take it off. So like whenever he sees something, he'd just be like lancho, and I'm just like, I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know,
but I love it.
I'm here for it.
100% Shabbat says.
Amazing.
He's the deal.
All right, so this horror story comes from Charleston, South Carolina.
Love that area. Beautiful.
Yeah, it is pretty.
It is. I'm here for it.
So it says, we had a small concrete patio off the back of the house, and I wanted a screened in porch so we could sit outside without mosquitoes eating us alive.
Fair.
I mean, mosquitoes are
the devil's work, the devil's spawn. I frequently don't understand how they work. Like they go away in the wintertime and you're like, well, you must be dead. How do they come back? I don't know, because Satan said so.
They hibernate with the bears.
Yeah, they're in there with the bears like, we're sleeping. Poor bears.
It was supposed to be a little weekend project, but it turned into a horror story. But it did it. Sorry,
so I can't. We're doing the best we can.
They have grammatical errors, so
we're not judging your grammatical errors. Just know that if you mess with us up
then
on
I'm
the
going to
show,
sound like an idiot. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Maybe this is sabotage.
Sabotage from the saboteur.
From the saboteur, we cannot name, but she knows who she is.
Okay, let me try that one again. I can read. I swear I'm literate.
She was a teacher.
Did it turn into a horror story? Not exactly. But it did become a lesson in how small things go sideways and how much emotional energy even a tiny renovation can chew up.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So she goes, why I wanted it done.
Okay, I love this. I love that we're explaining ourselves that we're like just full on.
We wanted a clean spot for coffee in the morning and for the kids to do art without tracking every speck of grass into the house. Which
I'm not going to tell you. Well, maybe I should. I mean, the whole point is this is a podcast, so we're supposed to tell her what we're thinking. Like, I immediately think, like, I can never be a guest in your house.
because I'm going to track something in there.
I am Pigpen from Charlie Brown.
Oh, with the stuff all just falls behind you.
Like, you can't invite me in your house. Like, if you care, like, I'm not taking my shoes off. I'm not. It's better if I keep them on.
It's hysterical. I mean, the grass, when it's dead, like in the fall, when it's just that brown stuff, it gets everywhere. Like, I will vacuum 100 times a day and it's still there.
Listen, I don't vacuum 100 times a day, so it's for sure still there. 100%.
I feel like this person is just very uppity. That is the picture.
I don't know if uppity, because I read it, and I don't know if uppity is the word, but part of why it's important to write in and it's important for us to share these stories is because I think it's about managing expectations. And so when you don't understand how construction works, right? Like, you have this idea in your mind of, oh, this is how things should go. But listen, we chose construction for a reason, and the reason is because we aren't fit for Gen Pop. Like, we're not okay in the real world. We can't work in an industry that has HR. so we chose construction. I'm out here in these streets just throwing birds, flipping out, being wild because I can't have a regular job. So all homeowners know that. Like, you have to know what you're getting into.
Understand.
We're great at things, but we're not great at adulting. Step one.
And peopling.
Yeah, peopling. It's very hard.
So I pictured a screen porch with a ceiling fan, a door to the yard, and simple composite flooring so I don't have to worry about rot.
Okay.
We budgeted $8,000, which I thought
low.
was good, and even give us a little cushion.
Okay, while Jess and I do like to partake in some real unrealistic expectations as far as budget, I think you're a little low. I mean, we're building a whole screened-in porch for $8,000 that has a ceiling fan, so it has electrical.
Yep.
And composite flooring, which is actually pretty pricey because the Trex board, which we talked about in the last episode, is composite flooring. Maybe she had a different composite flooring in mind, but I feel like 8 G's is a little low.
A little low. I'm like, because we have a screen porch, but I've seen people post on Facebook that they want like $20,000+ for a screen porch.
That's a wild in these streets amount of money, but there's a middle ground.
There's a middle ground somewhere in there. So we'll see. So a neighbor recommended a handyman who done a deck rail for them. He came by, measured, and gave me a price. I insisted on something in writing.
Good. Great job.
There was the guy did a deck rail and now he's going to go to a full screen porch.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that he's done maybe screen porches before, but you never know.
You never know.
With these handymen.
It's a bit of a jump. Like, oh, he fixed a drywall repair. I'm going to have him do my entire deck. No. That's not.
Maybe not. I insisted on something in writing. There was a simple contract. It listed scope in plain language. Remove a 10 by 12 concrete pad, build framed walls with screening, extend the roof eave over the screened area.
Oh, we're extending a roof for $8,000?
Hold on.
Oh, sorry. I jumped the gun. Sorry about that, guys.
Install composite floor decking, add a screened door, run one ceiling fan circuit, and paint the screen's frames. The contract had a start window, a total price of $7,500.
Oh my God. I feel like
and
we
a
know
50% deposit up front. I signed it because I wanted to feel secure and because I thought having everything in writing would be enough. So yes, having things in writing is good.
It's
not
really good.
It's not at all.
It's never enough, especially when you're not paying enough money. So I appreciate a bargain. You guys know I love a special
I know.
trash moment. I am a hunter for the bargain.
I mean, you have a toilet that you have just for parts.
I have a parts toilet in my house. Okay, so like I am here for a bargain. We're not gonna go. We're not gonna go buy parts for a toilet. We have a toilet at home. That's the level of how much I like a deal. Okay, I have a scrap toilet in my yard, and technically it's in my back porch, but if you look hard enough, you can see it. So I love a deal. But extending your roof in and of itself, that's $8,000 right there.
Right. I'm like, and the stuff for the screen, like all that screening.
I don't even think $7,500 is going to cover materials, to be perfectly honest. So I understand. I think it's great having it in writing.
Cheaper in South Carolina?
I don't think so. It's in Charleston. Like Charleston is very, very pricey. At least real estate wise, I can only imagine. We've done one project in Charleston. We had to bring our own guys down because the labor was so expensive. And it was like, no, it was literally cheaper to house and feed them than to pay locals. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So definitely not enough money. Well, because he's a handyman, so he probably doesn't
Maybe
even
he's
know.
just like, whatever, this is how much I think it's going to cost.
The timeline he said was 2 weeks. Okay. Start on a Monday, done by the following Friday. Perfect.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
let myself imagine weekend breakfast outside by week 3.
Yes, queen. Do it. Vision board.
Vision board. What went wrong and why it didn't go smoothly.
Okay. I love that she's captioning this like bullet points. I'm here for this.
We started in late April.
Okay.
And that first week it rained 3 days straight. Every day they had to stop work for wet lumber or waterlogged job site. That ate 4 days right off the calendar.
Okay.
Weather, you cannot control it.
Yeah.
It's like when your flight gets delayed because of weather.
As much as you want to be mad at the airline, they don't control that weather. And do you really want like
soggy wood to be put up?
No, you don't. You don't. I remember this one now because I remember reading it and going, oh, she's mad at the fact that it took longer because of weather. Like, so this is a really great opportunity for you homeowners to understand, especially if you're doing anything that has a component outside. One, general contractors like legally have every right, like weather delays, that's not their delay, that is the weather. So that doesn't come out of the time frame that they gave you. So in what we do, we have a lot of weather delays. We can't load drywall in the pouring rain. It gets wet. It can get moldy. We don't, the F around and find out, the stupid game, stupid prizes situation. We don't play those games. So if we have to wait 3 days for it to stop raining for us to load the drywall, that's not a PDI delay. That is the Lord was crying delay.
Yeah. Mother Nature. Go fight her.
Go talk to her. Don't send me a spicy email.
Like, I'm sorry. I don't have an in with her to tell her like when I wanted to.
She stopped talking to me. I don't know.
And we can't
I'm
do it.
not a witch as much as I wish I were.
I mean, that'd be a really cool power to have.
I'd be like, ha ha. Sorry.
It'll rain for you.
Yeah.
When they set the new post and opened up the small fascia to tie in the roof extension, we discovered the original beam that tied the patio roof to the house had soft spots from old slow leaks. My stomach dropped.
I feel like you're reading this like in so much disgust. You're just like, oh, did it drop? Did it drop?
Did it drop a little bit?
I mean, that's a little fair. Like,
I mean,
fine. But here's the thing, guys. Like, I cannot impress this upon our listeners and watchers enough. When you're opening anything pre-existing, you have to be ready. Like,
to find the stuff.
You would prepare yourself mentally for the stomach drop moment. And then best case scenario, you never have it and everything goes smoothly. And you're like, oh my God, that was amazing. Instead of not being prepared for the fact that like, you're going to open something up, you're going to find something. That's why you have a little padding in your budget.
Right.
So yes, like it is a very high chance, depending on the age of your house, even new construction homes that people go back to a year later after moving in, they can find stuff because houses do what the houses do.
You never know what's behind a wall. You
We
just
don't
keep
know.
that covered up so you don't see it.
If you don't open it, you'll never know.
You'll never know. It was not catastrophic, but it needed sistering.
Oh,
I don't know what
sistering?
that is. And
Okay.
I certainly don't know what that is. I was like, sister wives? What are we doing
Sister,
here?
we're doing sister. We're bringing in multiple women. That seems like a weird choice. So sistering is when you basically have to take like something that's structural, like a structural piece of lumber, and you have to feather it in. Like you have to like add it to the existing,
Okay.
like take out the old, put in the new, but you have to kind of overlap. So because it's structural, so they kind of like sistering. It's like melding, mending. Like in my mind, I imagine like almost like dovetail joints where like the wood is going into and it just makes it. It adds like gives it structural integrity.
Okay. All right. Now we know what sistering is.
Now
it's
you know.
not
If you don't
finding
know, now
sister
you know.
wives.
It's not the sister wives.
And partial replacement so the new roof tie would be solid. That was an unexpected structural fix. The crew quoted $900 to fix it and wanted approval before they continued.
Good for them.
I approved because I didn't want a porch that fell apart in a storm.
Yeah,
good for
fair.
her.
Good.
That's, I mean,
You're doing it, lady.
all around. Good job. So,
Golf clap.
Yeah.
Hold on.
and like that wasn't like I mean, it wasn't cheap, but that's
But
not
honestly,
bad.
$900, like this is the world's most affordable handyman. Like,
Because I'm
A
like structural
structural
thing is usually
lumber-
like $1,200
right?
or
Like
more.
the labor alone could have been $900. So it was genuinely a great deal.
The handyman kept saying a permit wasn't necessary for a screen porch this size. At first, I believed him, but everything about it nagged me. Every few days, I bring it up again, asking, "Are you sure we don't need one? What about the roof? What about the wiring?" He always brushed it off, but I didn't stop asking. Finally, after enough back and forth, he sighed and said he'd go ahead and pull a permit just to make me feel better.
Oh, first of all, it's the law. So no, we're not putting this on poor homeowner. That's not on her. I'm glad that she
Nagged him.
because 100%, as we've discussed, I would say ad nauseum at this point. You're running new electrical, new plumbing. You're putting on a deck on the outside of your house. Yes, it absolutely needs to be permitted because you want it to be inspected. Because listen, we don't really trust anybody. So everything needs to be inspected. That is how things move forward in the world. Inspections are for your benefit, not for the general contractor. So yes, it did. I'm glad that homeowner, if you're watching, we tip the hat.
You did a good job.
You did it, lady.
And that's when the next headache started.
Yeah.
The county inspector's schedule was backed up. And once the permit was in play, we had to stop until the framing inspection passed. It sat on the inspector's calendar for 10 days. 10 whole days. With half-finished framing, a messy job site, and me staring at it every morning, wondering why this little project was dragging on forever.
All right.
She's 2 weeks in.
You guys, the last thing that I want to do is say anything that will discourage people from sending in their homeowner horror stories, because a huge part of our show
We love the homeowner horror
is
stories.
dependent upon you guys writing in. So the last thing I want to do is be judgmental towards this homeowner that graciously sent in her homeowner horror story.
Yes.
But I do think it's really important when a homeowner says something that we feel like, ooh, there's some room for improvement here, that we take that opportunity to kind of share the importance of understanding. One, permits are going to add a lot of value to your home, because that home couldn't have, if she were to turn around and sell her home,
She couldn't sell it with that
She couldn't
bit.
sell that like as a feature. She couldn't add any value to the home because she has this $8,000 screened-in porch. So the permits serve as adding value. They also add time to the project, because the general contractor has no control over when the inspectors come. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. In the state of North Carolina, you have 2 days. A inspector has 2 days to get to your home inspection. If they don't, you can call and report them. And there are some pretty steep consequences for the inspectors. So, but that is just here. And that is legislation that's actually just recently passed. So, it's kind of a new thing. But it can take a kind of wild amount of time. However, that shouldn't deter you.
No.
You're like, listen, it could take a certain amount of days.
Does it suck?
Yeah, 100%. It does. But at the same time, it's just part of the process. It's like, I don't know. I've never had a root canal, but I imagine it's not great. But then when it's over, you're like, thank God I had that root canal. Seems like a big deal. Seems like it could be very painful. So while there's not every single part of the process is not necessarily a joy, you know what I'm saying?
You have to do it.
Necessary matters, and those permits matter more.
Yeah. And I'm guessing she probably was more upset that she had been asking for them.
Yes.
And then he didn't do it. And now we're adding time.
Yeah. And now what was supposed to be 2 weeks, we're 10 days in.
Or 14 at this point.
Yeah.
Or at least.
We've exceeded the timeline. So I understand. I get it. It's fair. But understanding that this is just par for the course. And technically it's not that handyman's fault.
Yeah.
I mean, none of it is. He can't control the rain.
And he can't control when they're going to come.
When the inspectors come.
He should have done it
from the beginning. And so we will give you that 100%. He should have done it from the beginning. You were right to hound him.
Not that we're keeping score.
No, we're not. Jess is not. Listen, I'm a hot mess.
Listen, it's fine.
Same.
All right, let's see. Once the inspectors signed off on the framing, things moved faster. The crew prioritized the finish work, which is great.
Yeah.
Because she was probably nagging him the whole 10 days.
She was like, I swear to God, Billy.
We don't know
his name. I just made that up just so we're clear.
If it was Billy, I'm very sorry.
Yeah, Billy, we love you. Just kidding.
They kept the site as clean as they could. When the composite boards finally arrived, they were meticulous getting the spacing and flashing right. The electrical inspector passed the circuits. The door got proper key deadbolt, which made me sleep better.
Good. That's awesome.
That's good.
This is the least horror story we've ever had. But she was clear. It's not really a horror story.
We're getting there. Oh, I don't know if we're actually getting to a horror build, but finally we started moving forward again. I had picked a particular composite deck board I liked. The supplier had one pallet in stock, but suddenly their next shipment was delayed and the color I wanted was back ordered for 2 weeks. We could have taken a different color, but I had my heart set on the one that I chose. I swallowed the extra weight. I knew it was going to drive me nuts, but I wasn't going to be happy with any other color.
Okay. So that delay was on you, my friend.
Yep. And that's what happens with the popular colors.
Yeah. Facts. If you like what, if you saw it on HGTV, don't try to get it now because everybody else saw it too. That's where we're at.
Yep. The handyman was friendly, but not great at giving daily updates. Sometimes I show up at lunch and have to guess what they'd done that morning. Small things like which screws to use or which style of door latch were left to me to decide on the fly. Is that normal?
No, that seems definitely not the screws. You shouldn't be telling a contractor what kind of screws to use for literally anything unless for some reason you're me and you know these things. But no, you should not be. I mean, I could see them asking, do you prefer this kind of latch on the door over another one? But these should just be brass or silver, it shouldn't be
do you want the black screw, the silver screw,
maybe it was that
the turn doorknob, a pushy one.
Yeah. I mean, there's a selections that you are in the process of making, but honestly, it's what kind of screws you're using should not be in that selection.
It just seemed funny. That made me anxious and led to a few small change orders I didn't expect. The small choices add up.
Yes. The devil's in the details.
Yep. All those little things. Every time something's prettier, it's going to go
tax.
Up. We upgraded the screening to a pet-proof mesh after the dog clawed the temporary sample. It's a smart move.
That was a move. That was a good move.
That's another reason why I can't have a pet.
Dude, Callie. Oh my God, today. this dog.
Does she?
She's so smart. She's so smart. So she knows, like, when she goes out, we let her out in the backyard, and she knows that, like, it is not as annoying for her to scratch the glass as it is to scratch the screen. So she'll, like, scratch the glass once, and then she's like, oh, you don't want to open the door? I will scratch this screen.
Oh, so she goes to the other door where
she's so smart. Like, too smart for her own daggone good. But then you just hear like the worst sound you've ever heard. You're like, okay, we got to let her in before she tears up the screen. Dogs, they do what they want.
I take that screen door right off.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I should probably tell Hector, just take it off. We don't use it.
I was going to say, when do you ever use that screen?
One time Prime walked right into it, and I never used it again because I felt so bad. It was one of those moments where it's just like, he was like, did anybody see that?
Nobody saw me do that stupid thing, right?
He's like, oh. Very Eeyore.
My youngest, I forget where we were. I think we were in France. And they have these glass doors and windows that lead into this beautiful courtyard inside of a building that we were touring. Yeah. And all of the windows have these red dots on them.
Because many people.
Somebody has walked into it. So my husband and I and my oldest, we're all walking. And the little one's just behind us. And like you assume that she's just directly behind us. No. And all of a sudden you hear, and I turn around and she's like on her butt, crying and holding her nose. It's not bleeding.
Oh, this poor child.
And I look at her, I'm like,
oh man,
what did you do?
It came out of nowhere, Mom.
But the dot is too high for her to see because she was little.
Oh my God. So when we went to El Salvador.
Did Hector walk into a wall?
He did. And it was my fault. Oh God, I have never felt so bad for anything in my life. So we get to this hotel. And their whole thing was like they value privacy. Privacy is their biggest thing. So they make it like a wild goose chase in order to get to the property. So like they don't give you directions. They don't give you mile markers. They don't give you like, they're just like, they're like, if you find it, you find it. If you don't, you don't. Now, to be fair, it was the most beautiful hotel I've ever stayed at. So like I appreciated the privacy and that nobody could find it. But in El Salvador at 7 p.m. and the sun is fully set and you're in the dark and you can't find your hotel and you're in a full-blown panic, it does spike the cortisol. Yeah. So we finally get there and my nervous system is shot. Like we had been traveling all day. It was during the government shutdown. Like we didn't know if our flights were going to happen. Like the level of stress was through the daggone roof. And we finally got there and our room is amazing. And it's got those like glass doors that like fully open. Ooh, so you can just have like the indoor outdoor experience. But the hotel people were being really weird. So like we got a 2-bedroom house for the entire stay that we're there. And we didn't, it was like, it was on Airbnb. So it was like, you get the whole house. It wasn't like half of our house was going to be rented to somebody else. So our nephew who lives there was with us and they were being so weird about him being there. And we were like, I'm sorry, is this whole thing ours? And they were like, yeah. Okay, well then we can have whoever over that we want. And they were like, well, yeah. And I'm like, I don't understand. So it was this whole thing. So everybody was stressed out. So I am really weird about closing doors. I don't know. It's probably some spicy deja vu moment from like some childhood experience that I can't remember. But like I'm really bad. Like if you leave a refrigerator door open, I close it. It's bad. So they had left the door open, and Hector was under the impression the door was still open. And my evil human being body just went and like without even thinking about it, I just closed the door. And Hector turns around and he hit it so hard.
Was he outside or inside?
He was outside.
He's outside and you closed the door?
I am a problem, Jess. I am the problem.
I can just see him walking up.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
You didn't laugh at him, did you?
No, I was horrified. And like full blown, his whole face print was on the glass. Like, it was terrible. We left it there so that he could see the glass for the rest of the trip. But
I would walk every time I need to walk in, and I'd be like, "You haven't closed
He'd be
the
like,
door."
"Is it? No, oh my god!" I couldn't believe he wasn't more mad at me than he was. He actually wasn't mad at me at all because he's such a good human. But I would have been so mad at him if the roles had been reversed. So I was expecting like full on just rage.
Like,
and
why did you close the door when I'm right here outside?
Him to be like, "What is wrong with you?" But I feel like he knows that nobody knows. So.
He's like, I should have known. You always close the door. This is on me.
100%.
This is on me.
He was just like, this is classic, just shit Mikki would do. So this tracks. So yeah, we both have a glass door story. I don't feel like this goes exactly with the homeowner horror story,
but we're talking about, but
yeah.
we've gotten really good at chicky chat.
We're chicky chatting our faces off right now. So you're welcome.
Where was I? Okay, so they did. Oh, we talked about the pet-proof mesh.
Yes, the pet-proof mesh. We went on many directions.
Right.
It took a turn.
Full circle. Here we go. So they had the key deadbolt on the screen door for biosecurity.
Great.
Those extras were small individually, but they pushed the number up. But they were options we liked and thought would be better. I wish they had been presented to us in the beginning. But you don't know what you do. I mean, it's just like little things. He probably heard you say like you were worried about your safety or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, by the way, do you want to?
I mean, I think like in the greater scheme of things, like getting it done at some point rather than not at all, or after you're done and you feel like, oh, I wish we had done this. It may not be the most convenient thing, but like it's better to get it done while they're there and then have somebody come back and do it. Right. So like, glass half full? Not sure.
We'll be fine. So then she breaks down all of her expenses.
Oh my God, get it, girl.
Demo and prep, $500. Beam repair and framing extras, $9.
Okay.
Composite flooring, $2,200.
All right.
Screening and frames, the pet proof upgrade, $1,800.
Okay.
Electrical fan and outlet, $950. Permit and inspections, $200. Paint, trim, caulk, $350.
Also a bargain.
Dumpster and cleanup, $200. I feel like that's
a steal.
Like, because every time we need a dumpster, it's like $400.
Yeah, no less than $5,000. No, just $500. Oh, so yeah, that was a good. So far, this is all great numbers.
Change orders and miscellaneous, $750. Final total, $8,850. So she's only $850 over what she originally wanted to spend. I mean, it's over. It's like $1,300 over the original price she was quoted, but that was even low.
Yeah, that was low. I mean, honestly, I would share this guy's information. Like he did a great job. Like it.
You have no issues. I think doesn't even want to come up to North Carolina.
Like, listen, we know somebody.
Yes, we signed a contract. It was simple and had a start date, total price of $7,500 and a 50% deposit clause. It did not have any detailed change order rules, did not specify inspector turnaround expectations, which you can't really.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be smart for general contractors to be like, hey, just to be clear, homeowner, we don't have any control over one, the weather, or two, when the inspector comes. But it sounds to me like he was not planning on getting an inspection. Right. So I'm going to be honest with you. She's lucky he didn't turn around and charge her for the inspection fees and for the permit pulling fees. Now, technically, it probably should have already been built in because it should have been getting inspected anyway. But, that
it says $200.
Okay, so he did charge for that.
Yeah.
But, well, I don't know. That seems weird. Because the total still only came out to
$8,850.
Yeah. I don't know.
I signed it because I wanted to protect myself and because I trusted the neighbor's referral. In hindsight, I should have insisted on a clearer change order clause with a schedule milestones and penalties, but she still wouldn't have been able to penalize him for weather.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like I do think all that is great.
You should have that.
Great insights. You should have that. But do understand that you can't penalize the general contractor over weather, and you can't penalize the general contractor over how long it takes for the inspector to show up. So while I do agree you should have that in your contract, like all contracts you sign, I don't think in this case, it would have done you any different. Like you couldn't have charged the general contractor a penalty for that. But she's right. Like, do have that in your contract.
Have that in your contract. The process was inconvenient. We had to move the patio furniture into the garage. I couldn't put out my potted herbs for a month. On the emotional side, I felt foolish more than furious. I kept asking myself why I didn't push harder about the permit up front or to ask more details about the timeline. Some mornings I would go out, look at the half-finished porch, and cry for 5 minutes because everything looked messy and the house somehow felt less like my sanctuary. There are a few nights where I lay awake worrying about storms and whether the beam fix was sufficient. But there were also funny human moments. It's like, I wonder like if she's like a writer of some sort. Like,
yeah, maybe. It's very detailed.
Yes. My neighbor brought over dinner the night the crew worked late. My daughter insisted on supervising and would hand the crew iced tea. The handyman and I had a few frank conversations where I learned the trade-offs between time, cost, and quality. Those talks calmed me down. Good.
Seems like a really good general contractor.
Yeah. Would I call this a horror story? Not really. It was stressful and it pushed our budget up by $850 and $1,300 more than they quoted us. It added a month to the timeline. From a purely logistical point of view, it was not great. From an emotional point of view, it felt huge. That's the part that surprised me. Small renovations take up a big space in your head. What I learned.
Ooh, we got to that section.
There we go.
Here we go.
This is why all homeowners should, well, maybe, I don't know.
We'll let you know.
Get the permit conversation straight on day one. If your contractor says you don't need one, check with the county yourself.
I agree.
Yes.
That is a great lesson.
Good.
Good job.
Sign a contract, but read the change order and timeline clauses. Ask what happens if a material is back ordered and what the process is for structural surprises.
Great advice. Yes. I support this.
Yep. But you can't fix, like if a material is back ordered, like.
Right. If a material is back ordered, like what's the process for that is you either wait or you pick a different material. Or that those are your choices.
If the material is more expensive, you still have to pay for that.
Yeah, you still have to pay for that.
It's not the contractor's fault.
Yeah, it's not the contractor's.
Add a 10 to 15% cushion for goosebumps.
Yes.
Items like rotted beams or material delays. And even small surprises cost money. Designate a decision window. Tell yourself you will make quick choices on small details so the job doesn't stall. That reduced my anxiety more than anything. Bring snacks for the crew. It really does buy you goodwill and maybe a little extra care when there's a tricky trim detail.
Fax machine. She's not lying.
Snacks.
That
all
is
the snacks.
All the snacks. Feed the contractors. They're hungry.
Give them water.
Yes. Snackies. Seriously, it really does go a long way.
In the end, we got what we wanted. We have a quiet, bug-free porch where we now drink coffee. The fan hums, the dog can't tear the screens, and the kids use it as a homework nook.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. It cost $8,850, took about 6 weeks instead of 2, and I cried twice in the process. I still recommend doing it. Just go into it knowing how emotional even a small project can be and protect yourself with clear paperwork and reasonable expectations. Thanks for having this podcast and letting me share. It's been nice hearing other stories and knowing I'm not alone in making mistakes.
Aw, thanks for writing in.
Yeah. And her name is, we're not going to say it, but we're going to call her Susan.
Susan, thank you so much, Susan, not Susan, for writing in. I think that is all really great information. I am glad that she started small because I think realistically, personality type, I don't know that you're the best for home renovations. I think you would be somebody who would be best suited, especially for large projects, to move out. Because you're not wrong. Like she's not wrong. Home renovations can cause very deep emotional stress. I would say in this case, I wouldn't say that anything that happened would have been like a legitimate cause for deep emotional stress, but like we're all different, right? Like we're all different. Like everybody has different thresholds. Because I work in construction, I can handle a lot more shenanigans than other people can. But I understand that that's not the same case for everybody. So I think it's about you understanding like where you're at so that you can go into the situation and best protect yourself. So if you know that you're somebody that if you saw that the job site was a mess is really going to mess with you, don't be there. close the curtains, don't look. You know, like
It's like the Wizard of Oz. There's nothing behind the curtain.
yeah, there's nothing behind the curtains. Just tell yourself there's nothing behind the curtains. And so it's just really about really knowing who you are and knowing that there is a huge amount of disruption. So keeping that in mind, it really is. But this was it was a great, very well written. Thank you for that. And how you concluded it was very good. And those are really good tips. Those are really good tips.
So those are all tips that every homeowner can use. So thank you for
100%.
bringing those to us.
Thank you so much. And please, if you have a homeowner horror story, go to chicksandconstruction.com and share that with us so that we can help other people learn from your mistakes. That is what we're here for. We would just want to educate everybody on how to have the best experience moving forward. So check us out, chicksandconstruction.com. Share your stories.
Yes, and make sure that you like and subscribe. Plus, you can follow us on social media on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. It's at Chicks and Construction Podcast. On TikTok, it's Chicks and Construction.
All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.